Hello, welcome back to Golfers Ruining My Life. Tom Price and Dom Green here with you once more to
Did you call me Dom Green
It sounded
then?
like Dom. It sounded like Dom. And what happened was I went Dom and I looked at you thinking, has he noticed I've said Dom?
Oh, I've noticed.
He noticed straight away. All right, Dom Price and Dom Green, the two Doms. The Doms at Golfers Ruining My Life. So
I love having this music under us, by the way.
Yeah, it's really
I love
nice.
that this is this is when you know you're in your golf safe space.
Yeah.
That lovely theme tune which we stumbled upon 2.5 years ago.
when this was written, do you think they realised it would become a golf anthem?
I wonder if they've heard it.
When we have our first Golfers Ruining My Life golf day, this has to be playing on the first tee in a slightly live style throughout. So it is summer season at the moment, and something I'm really suffering from is hay fever. And I would say I'm not suffering from it in a traditional way. I'm suffering from it because my eldest son has it really badly. I don't have it at all. I'm absolutely fine. But my God, does he go on about it when he's on the golf course?
Yeah. I don't have hay fever, so I've never suffered it. But I can imagine it will be hellish.
Awful. And it's obviously it's seasonal, but it's also seasonal within summer. So for some people, grass pollen's really bad, and that tends to sort of get better by July into August. So, but I've got a hot take on Tiger Woods.
Massive. Okay, massive. You're full of these hot takes at the moment.
There's a lot. It's summer. We're having a heat wave.
Yeah.
Here's another hot take.
I love GB News Price. Let's go. Let's rile them.
It's to do with hay fever. Beware the injured golfer, right? Everyone knows that, right? There's a few examples of golfers turning up at tournaments. Oh, there's something going on with this, I'm a bit injured. Then suddenly they're in the running and they win it, right? That happens.
Yep.
I know why Tiger Woods was so successful.
In the start of his career.
Throughout his career.
Okay.
He was always the injured golfer. He has really bad hay fever.
No way.
Tiger Woods
Is this true?
has really bad hay fever. That is a true story. And you will often see it. You will often see him rubbing his eyes. And if you look for it, there's a bit of the old hay fever itchiness going on. Always injured, always a bit, I'm just not feeling myself. Oh, I've beaten everyone in the world. I just think that could explain it.
So you think because he's constantly been on the back foot with a runny nose and an itchy eye, and that because of that, his career... Hold on.
Forget practice. Forget his dad getting him swinging when he was 6 months old. No. It was a snotty nose and a slightly sort of bruised upper palate.
Have you heard the philosophical theory of like parallel universes, that everything that could happen is happening somewhere else?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Is there another universe then where Tiger Woods didn't have hay fever and is either the worst golfer in the world, or, to go against your point, it unlocked another level of Tiger and he's still unbelievable?
No, he is because it's the hay fever that got him there.
It's the hay fever edge.
He's such a bad golfer. He now does a golf podcast.
Yeah.
That's what's
Tiger
happening.
Woods' golf is ruining my life.
Tiger Woods guy.
Tiger Woods be like, will I ever make money from this endeavor?
I'm going to get some sponsorship.
Can you imagine?
I just think, having watched my son play with hay fever and then play surprisingly well, it occurred to me that that's Tiger Woods' secret.
Another hot take.
Thanks, guys.
I want to talk about something quite depressing on the show today.
Great.
That's never happened to me, but I would love to hear stories if it's happened to you, because we're in the middle of the house renovation. There's still a lot going on in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're currently doing the basement, and the basement has been for 6 months now where I store my junk. Okay. So it's full of rubbish. Yeah. So it's full of, I say rubbish, it's where my golf clubs live.
Yes, don't ever refer to them as that again.
Sorry.
They're sentient.
They are.
They know if you're calling them that.
So they're currently...
Apologise to your golf clubs.
Sorry, 7-iron. Sorry, Cobra Clubs. Sorry, Bag.
It's okay, Daddy. We still love you.
They currently live... I don't know if I should say this. They currently live in the back of my car.
Not in the car. Please, not in the car.
They're in the back of the car. Okay? Which is covered with a parcel shelf. So no one can see in.
Okay.
But
well, they can find the car near where you live that says Tom Green every day hits radio 10 to 1.
The branded on the side.
The branded side of the car, and they know there's a nice bag of sticks in the back of that car. Your golf clubs are living in the car. Your golf clubs are homeless at the moment.
Currently, I bought a really big car, right? And half the reason to buy this big car was because it sort of works in a way like a shed on wheels.
Love that.
So I've got my bike in the back.
Yeah.
I always put my bike in the back, and my golf clubs are in the back. There's actually a few grand in the back of my car. Should I be saying this?
Yeah, have you heard of insurance?
Should I be saying this?
You really must get some insurance.
But don't worry, because I live in the middle of Scotland, and you'll never find me, so it's fine. Have you ever had your golf club stolen?
I have not had my golf club stolen, but I've had... It's complicated. I lent my Ping Zing 2s to my mate Justin, and I love those Ping Zing 2s, and I played with those throughout my teenage years.
Irons?
Big flangey face.
Right.
Honestly, everyone has a soft spot for the club they played with as a
Callaway Big Bertha.
teenage, right?
Yep.
You think about it, and often actually you get imprinted brand-wise with golf as a kid. So finding Cobra only really happened to me later on in life, and coincidentally when they were working with us on this podcast. But earlier on, I was always with Ping stuff because I had Ping Zing 2s as a kid, right?
Yep.
And they were precious to me, and I lent them to my mate Justin. He left them in the back of his car. His wife drove the car around. She went into the house to do something. She left the boot of the car physically open, forgot about it, and they got nicked.
Oh, so in a way, you have had your club stolen.
I have, because I lent them to my mate Justin, and he went, "Do you want them back?" He was like, "Do you want me to give you some money for them?" And I was like, "Well, there's just no point because they're not worth anything, really."
Yeah.
I was really gutted. I have very happy memories of those clubs.
Stolen golf clubs feels like, and this might sound dramatic. Mm-hmm. If you ever had your house robbed, there's an intrusion there. It's quite close to home. Someone's been in your house, quite literally close to home. Someone's stealing my golf clubs. It would really hurt in a way that you could steal other items from me. Yeah. My phone, whatever, my laptop, fine.
Yeah.
But stealing my golf clubs feels like you're stealing my babies from me. And I would be really sad.
The idea of someone else tapping out an email on my laptop that has been stolen fills me with nothing but emptiness. I just don't care.
Don't care, whatever.
The idea of someone else wrapping their fingers around my club's cold shaft.
Don't you dare hit my 7-iron better than me.
Get that grip out of your hands.
Yeah.
I would be, that genuinely has the feeling of when an ex starts going out with someone else.
Exactly.
Is that fair to compare?
I think it is.
That's interesting, isn't it? I think there's the Venn diagram with hoarders and golfers. There's a big crossover point. I think
100%.
I think we're quite a hoardy bunch of people, and excuse me, and I think we like objects, we like things. Hence why golf is built to sell us stuff, right?
Yeah.
I wonder, what is the oldest thing in your golf bag? What is the thing? Could it be a club? Could it be a ball? Could it be a marker that you just cannot ever let go of, even though it may not work as well, even though it might be rusty?
I've got all my old putters. I think a lot of golfers do that.
But definitely. But does it come out? Did you play with it? What's the thing that's in your bag? When you're carrying your bag around the course and it's a bit heavy, and you think the things I could get rid of in here. For me, it would be 3 golf balls from the mid-90s that have got a branding on them of a mate's company. They were a gift from a friend.
Hold on, and you carry them in your golf bag?
I still have them in my golf bag. Yeah, and it's a sort of luck thing. I need to take them out and put them.
See, I'm not like that. I will strip my bag down to as little as possible, because what you don't realize is all this junk that you put in there.
Yeah.
When you actually take it out of your bag, these bags can be surprisingly light, but they are just full of crap.
My son had 30 golf balls in his bag.
Yeah, now this is a good question.
How many golf balls do you have in your bag?
You say it, then I'll say it.
How many golf balls should you have in your golf bag?
I'll say it again. How many golf balls should you have in your golf bag?
Great question.
Oh, damn it, that's good.
Okay, well, let me tell you first of all how many I've got in my bag.
Okay.
At the moment, I would say at least 15, maybe 20, maybe knocking on 20.
There's too many.
And I'm not carrying now. I've got the trolley out for the summer.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, then that's a completely different thing if you're not carrying it. Stick as much in there as you want.
Yeah, but if I was carrying, I would probably have definitely 10 to 12. But that's how many I would have. How many should I have? That's a different question. We'll get onto that. How many have you got in your golf bag right now?
I've got loads because maybe like 30 something.
What?
Yeah, because I'm using my golf bag currently as golf storage for all my golf stuff. Right. So when I go and play around, I'll take some of those out. I think the ideal amount is 10 or 12. I completely agree with you. I think
it's too many.
Too many?
I think you should go lower. I think you're sending yourself bad messages. You need to have your Pearl grade, your 3.
Yeah.
Right? Which are going to be worst case scenario that you get all 3 of those. Right? Yeah. Because by the time you've lost 1 or maybe 2 Pearl grade, then you go to your championship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
2 Pro V1s lost. I ain't using a Pro V1 again for the rest of the round.
That's a great rule. Yeah. Goodbye Pro V1s. Hello Strixon.
Yep.
Hello Callaway Ultra Soft. Whatever. Right?
Whatever's
and then
there.
of those second league teams, right? I'll probably have 4 of those. So 3 top tier, maybe 4, and then beyond that it's practice balls. Because if I've lost all those, I don't deserve to hit proper golf balls. So we're in the kind of 8 to 10, I'd say.
Only on this podcast,
love it so
would
much.
this be a conversation? And the beauty of this is I'm so in on this.
I love it so much.
I love this chat. So
Because a lot of golfers who make these podcasts are pros and stuff, and they just don't think about golf in the same way because they've always just had loads of golf balls. I went to a big golf day, and there were loads of, like you've had, brand new golf balls, and that excited me more than anything else.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And any normal golfer feels like that, but when you're a pro, you get bored of that stuff. You don't see it anymore.
I remember my good summers of golf, which aren't past me, but they were when I was playing loads. I remember my little pencil bag. Throw a few clubs in there.
Love it.
I would be as bold, Tom, to sometimes just take one sleeve.
Oh.
Just one sleeve.
3 balls.
3 balls.
For 9 holes?
For 18. Because do you know why? I'd be so bold, Tom, to go, this is when, I can't be more clear about this. This is when I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
You know, I was on,
You go looking.
I was on
You lost
gardening
all
leave.
3.
That's exactly where I had so much free time on my hand. If I lose them, I'll just go find some. I got nowhere to be.
Was that built into the plan?
Yeah. I'll go find some. I'll go looking because I'll find them.
What's Tom? You know those big poles next to water in golf courses? They're just for retrieving your ball.
Yeah.
They're not for you to spend an hour and a half just fishing, just like mining for gold.
Do you know what's so funny is this podcast, Golf Is In My Life, has a massive UK audience. We're really, really UK heavy. And that's because when we have these conversations about retrieving golf balls from lakes, you just wouldn't even do that in America. Like,
You wouldn't bother.
One, you wouldn't bother, but two, like I've played golf in Florida and they're like, don't go near the water.
You'll die.
There are alligators in there.
Yeah,
And you walk past them as a golfer in the UK, you'll walk past a water hazard and just at the edge, loads of golf balls.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get that in the UK because they'd be fished out, but the alligators are helping in America.
So what you're saying is we should fly to America with one of those telescopic ball fetchers.
Yep.
And a gun,
And a gun.
just in case any alligators come up too close. And we could really make our sort of flight money back in golf balls.
Yep, we can make a fortune.
See you there.
But those are the sort of is it the halcyon summer days? I can say that, can't I?
Yeah.
Of when I was playing loads of golf. Yeah, I I was using Vice at the time.
Oh mate, the Vice days.
Just throw 3 Vice in there and
If you were
off he goes.
What we should do is chapter up our lives, right? And each chapter title is your ball brand.
Yeah,
So my teenage years were Titleist Balata,
love it.
right? And then my 20s were kind of like Rescue Strixon, didn't really play that much. And then my 30s were definitely TaylorMade TP5X.
Yep.
And now in my early 40s, very early 40s, I would say that we've gone possibly Mizuno, possibly we're just like the cliche that I am, Pro V1X.
For me, junior golf, Callaway Warbird.
Wow.
What a ball that was, guys.
Wow, what a time.
The Callaway Warbird.
You were a Warbird guy.
I was a Warbird
I would
guy.
never have done a podcast with you if I'd known you were a Warbird guy.
I was a Warbird guy for years, man. Was I a Warbird guy? Warbird guy also was maybe Night Golf guy.
Yes.
Night Golf balls guy.
Sure.
Yeah. And
Still
then,
get excited if you find a very old Nike rescue ball.
yeah, of course.
It's history.
And then stopped playing golf. Then I came back. Then I did the classic new golfer thing, buy a load of Pro V1s.
Yeah.
I was Pro V1s for a while.
Yeah.
And then I became Vice
Yeah.
for a long period. And now I'm Pro V1X's stolen from the Challenge Tour.
What a place to be.
What a place to be. They all say tour on the side.
Really good arc of justice.
Yeah.
One stolen from the Challenge Tour.
Yeah.
Do you know what would be a really good party trick? Right?
Go on.
We should try and do this. We should do this. Email us your sort of golfing bio, right? Or write it in the comments. Who you are, your age, what your clubs are, what you play off. And we'll tell you what ball we reckon you play.
Yes.
Because I reckon I can work it out. You tell me how often you play, I can guess your brand. I can look at you and go, you've got Strixon on Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon Strixon. You're a Kirkland guy. I mean, most of the time we're just going to go Titleist, aren't we?
I'm probably going to say a lot of Titleist.
There's gonna be a lot of Titleist.
I've got a friend that only plays Kirklands. He loves the Kirklands.
Yeah.
Really, really raves off them. I want to talk about, we mentioned TaylorMade and stuff and talking about how brand affiliation changes as we go through our years. I never saw TaylorMade as a brand ending up where it is now.
Yeah, it's gone super rock and roll, super punk.
It's like unbelievable.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like it's a really cool golf brand.
It is.
Obviously not as cool as Cobra Puma, but it's a really...
I would argue that they've taken a leaf out of Cobra Puma's book. Cobra Puma, for me, were the first guys really doing that.
Yeah. And TaylorMade has just taken over the world by signing really great golfers. And they've just got this feel about them that's really, really cool and amazing.
Yeah.
And TaylorMade wasn't even really on my radar when I played golf first time round massively.
Yeah, it was, I mean, God, there was like, yeah, they had clubs, but certainly I don't remember them having balls. Maybe they did. I'm not a great golf historian. I don't remember it because it's just a fog of rage.
Yeah, but it just... TaylorMade for me were never in the same conversations when I was a junior golfer as Titleist or Callaway or Nike/Nike. Whereas now, they're probably the biggest brand in golf, I would say.
That's a big statement. It's a big statement. Let's just have a moment. Tom's made a big statement. Let's take a break. I've got a big question for you in a moment. Stand by.
Yes.
My big question for you is this, Tom. What is the ultimate golf brand that people have to impress other golfers that isn't necessarily related to quality of club, quality of ball? What's the brand where people go, ooh, look at that. That's a little bit Rolls Royce. It's a little bit Ferrari. I've got an answer if you want me to give you an answer.
I would say for a long time, that was the market PXG were trying to corner.
PXG. Just what we're going to do, we're going to make golf clubs and they're going to be mad expensive.
Yep.
So you can go PXG.
But that's the weird thing about PXG is they've now really doubled back on that, and now their prices, you'll never buy a PXG at full price. There's always a discount on a discount on a discount.
Which still brings them to twice as expensive as normal golf clubs.
But that's not true anymore. They've now got ranges of golf clubs that are really reasonable.
Because all the billionaires have died out.
Yeah.
Who else are going to sell clubs to? And that's also a club like a PXG lasts for years and years and years. So like if you want to keep generating more stuff, you've got to keep reinventing yourself and you've got to lower the prices.
But I think that's the problem PXG are having is it's like Rolls Royce all of a sudden creating an entry level car. It doesn't, the whole brand falls apart then.
Yeah. The whole thing is I'm going to pay a premium just for your brand. And I'm going to tell myself, oh no, it's definitely better to play with.
Yeah.
But the reality is probably not.
And that's a huge problem for PXG because that's what they did. They went, we're going to be the most expensive clubs on the market. And now they're sort of not. So what is their marketing position? So for a while, and also they're not big in the UK. So if I ever saw someone with PXG irons, but that's a real choice.
Yeah.
You've really made a choice there.
Yeah, those have been very imported.
Yes.
You have paid duties on those, my friend.
PXG, back in the day.
Yeah.
Whereas now, if I ever play golf with someone that has a Scotty Cameron, I want to talk about it.
You love the Scotty Cameron.
I love Scotty Cameron so much.
It's a Rolex thing. It's, you know what I mean? A Rolex still tells the time, but it just happens to have Rolex written on it.
Yes.
The Rolex Hour. Brought to you.
I love the Rolex Hour.
Can we talk about the Rolex Hour?
On Sky Sports Golf, yes.
Sky Sports Golf.
No ads, baby.
Well, for an hour.
For an hour, yes.
But then you have to listen to that voiceover.
The Rolex Hour.
Right. But the voiceover where it goes, when your heart is full of courage, and for a moment, the beat of time sits on your shoulders, you know this will forever be eclipsed by a clock, Rolex. It's just word salad.
Doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't. Every single one I watch, right? I find myself screaming. What's it just?
You don't mean anything.
What does it mean? When the time comes and you in that moment, and it's just loads of footage of golfers hitting golf balls.
That you know it's the time, and the time is now for you to tell the time, Rolex. Do you know what? I still love him. I love the brand.
And do you know who the voiceover is?
Go on.
Hugh Bonneville.
Is that right?
Him off of Downton. You're welcome.
I love it. I'm really bad at noticing those sort of things. So
well, I only know because I did a voiceover with someone who produced it. And I said, I like golf. And he went, oh, we had Bonneville in the other day. And I went,
the time is now.
And he said he was
and the
doing
time
this.
is for golf.
They are so, those adverts. I would say, like, I love Sky Sports coverage. It's brilliant. I think most of the pundits are amazing.
Big book coming. I've got another hot take.
Yeah,
what is it with you at the moment?
It's not that hot take, actually. Just a bit fed up with the music.
Right, okay, right.
Feels like I hear that music all the time. It just reboots a lot.
Yeah.
Especially little thing.
Especially if you watch, because golf coverage can be for so long. That ident they have, God, this is so geeky.
No, this is it. This is it.
The music ident that they have when it sort of goes the US Open or the Masters.
That's it. Go on.
But
how does it go?
No, because it changes for each one, I think, doesn't it?
But it has this sort of grandiose thing, right?
Yeah.
Like we should all be standing up in a concert hall. It's just a game of golf. Like,
but by the time you've watched 9 hours of courage, you are ripping your hair out at that. It's like, Jesus, not again.
It's 11:30. There's a playoff, and then Bonneville pops up and says, "The time has
playoff
come
is
again.
there."
The time when you must think of time." It's just a little thing.
Can we go all the way back though? Because I really am fascinated with the things, the golf clubs, the brands that if you saw in someone's bag, you would be like, oh, tell me about that.
It's the Rolex approach, isn't it? The Rolex model, I guess you'd say. I think, you know what, I think we've done PXG definitely, Scotty Cameron, Vokey wedges, although they've come down, you can get like last year's Vokey wedges for a decent amount now. Any new driver, it's got to the stage where any new driver costs over £500.
Yeah.
So any new driver you're going to look at and go, oh, wow, that's pretty impressive.
But don't you think, I don't necessarily think it's always a monetary thing. Because everything we've said here is pretty direct monetary stuff, which is the more money you spend, the more interesting it is, right? With what all the examples we've given. You roll up with a set of Mizuno irons from 2005, you better believe I'm talking to you about them, because I think that's fascinating. I would love to see someone play around a golf with some old Nike irons now.
I think any old iron, any old blade.
Yes.
I am going to ask questions. We're covered in dents, like an old copper-headed blade. Old putters as well are a lovely thing to see. I think there's something about copper that feels very timeless. The time is now.
And the time is for copper.
So I think, yeah, you're right. There's something about proper old clubs. What's a big red flag for you if you see in someone's golf bag and you go, oh,
God, you're gonna get the comments for you today are not gonna be good.
Golf bag red flags, right?
This is the problem with this sport. It's so elitist. How dare he say these things?
I'm just gonna say the two things, right?
So this is your red flags.
I see these in someone's golf bag, I think.
Oh God, the comments on this video, Tom.
The guides, the long white sticks that are the guides for training stuff. I don't even know what they're for. Why did you carry them around the course? I get it. I get why you got them to go and take up most of the putting green. That drives me mad.
Yeah.
People set themselves up on the putting green with mirrors and things on there to practice their putting. Move over, mate.
If you bring alignment sticks in your golf bag,
Alignment sticks, thank you.
I automatically think you're an unbelievable golfer. It just means you've got to be good.
I agree with that sentence until you got to the word golfer.
Oh, okay, fine. Unbelievable.
There you go. But I can forgive that, especially when you're then good, because the chances are you probably will be with alignment sticks.
And I bet they have those little. Have you ever seen the little covers you could get on them? You get little covers
on the alignment sticks.
Yeah, so you have two alignment sticks. They'll be together, and there'll be like a little leather cover on it, which will be attached to a golf club or what? As in, like it'll be from a golf course. So it'll be like the Open, and it's like.
So
whatever.
you can buy branded alignment stick covers.
Yes. And you better believe I want them. I want them so bad. I'm just not good enough. Like, I barely know where I'm aligning myself. These sticks ain't going to do shit for me.
Can I get alignment sticks for my career, for my life, for my kids, not for me? The other thing, which I would suggest is at the lower end of golfers, the less good end of golfers, I should say, a ball retriever.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who's got in their bag like a big old, I don't know, like an egg cup just sitting at the end of a stick. And you're like, oh, this guy.
I don't know if that's necessarily... You wouldn't get new to golf, young golfers with them. I think that's dare I say, an old person thing.
Well, I'd say it's a generation who don't want to spend any money.
Yes. Boomers.
It's a boomer. It's got strong boomer vibes.
It's big boomer energy.
They were bought up during rationing and they've been rationed their golf balls. So they've got to keep them for life.
I didn't tell you this. This is so funny. I forgot about this, right? Talking about big boomer energy.
Yeah.
We, on my wedding golf day, we did this thing where we all got given a green ball to play with, and it was double points.
Lovely.
Green ball. Cool. Bit of fun. And they all had on the names on. Mine was signed TG. Lost mine on the second on the par 3 in the water. Big boomer energy. One of my uncles or whatever retrieved the ball for me. Gave it to my dad, who is not a golfer but was going around in the golf cart being part of it, and returned me the ball.
Oh, that's great.
Which is very sweet.
Like a dad's retriever.
Yeah.
Oh, good boy, Dad. Good boy, Dad. Off you go. Go for another one.
Thanks for this, I suppose.
That's a special ball. Tell me you've still got that ball.
Yeah, I do have
You keep that for life now.
Yeah. This is... I'm full of stories now remembering this.
Yeah.
So we... my golf day, as we often have when we do golf days, especially if you're bringing a group together of golfers, non-golfers.
Yeah.
We all given these green golf balls. They were the Shrixon, they're sort of like funny coloured.
Yes.
Like they're like a almost weird material.
They're quite rubbery. I really like chipping with those coloured balls. They're really nice to chip with. Very soft.
So we all got given them. My friend Matt got given one, and he ran over to me just before tee time. I went, "I've just hit it down the driving range." You idiots.
I thought that was the idea.
Yeah,
I tried to get it.
He sent it down the driving range.
Did I ever tell you about the time Did I ever tell you about the time I walked out onto the driving range to pick up balls?
Oh, good lad.
Have I told you about this?
No.
This was down in Cornwall, at a driving range that's unmanned. Or unwomaned, I should also say. Thank you. And they use a system of cameras. And if anyone walks out, everything's automated. If anyone walks out onto the range to pick up balls, because it's very empty there, and you can easily step out onto the range and pick up a load of balls, the camera sends an alert, right? And then you start getting shouted at. I was playing at this range. My kids were hitting this was a couple of years ago, hitting the ball nowhere, right? Like a meter or whatever. The balls are right in front of them.
So you went and just scooped them up?
I didn't. They bloody did. I was miles away. I was,
right.
I was down the other end hitting balls, and I heard this, please get off the range. And I could hear in the background the Arsenal game.
That's so funny.
The guy,
just a man in a room somewhere.
He's in a one would assume his living room, or at the Arsenal game itself. Maybe he's in a stadium.
Yeah.
Go on, you Gunners! Could you please get off the range? Step away. Referee! You will...
Really taking work from home to its natural conclusion.
It was proper Big Brother is watching.
That's mad, isn't
And
it?
I get it, because you've got to protect your source of income. Because if we could just pick up balls, we're going to stay there for hours and hours and hours. I totally understand.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it was like £2.50 for 20 balls or something. So, we shouldn't be stealing balls back from the range, but they were like this far away. They were no distance away
I
from
don't
us.
think that's a sin, Tom. I'm going to say it. I'm going to give you a hot take. I don't think that's a sin. I think if you top a golf ball on a range and it goes 1 yard, you're within your rights to retrieve that ball.
If you top a golf ball on a range and it goes 1 yard, should you get that golf ball back or not? If it is safe to do so. Oh, everyone's going to say yes to that, aren't they?
Of course. If it's safe to do so.
I think you're stealing from the range. I don't think you should.
Oh, you're not stealing from the range. You don't even. That's not your opinion.
I think
start having an
GB News again.
Yeah.
I think the shame of having this sort of apron of balls that have gone nowhere in front of you. I understand why you'd want to clean that up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because range balls, they're super expensive now. Back in the day, like being a member of Preston Golf Club, I swear it was like £1 for 100 balls or something stupid like that. But because all these ranges now, and I think it's great that they have your TrackMans, they have you put your balls in and it puts it on the tee technology.
I've never been to a range that's got put the ball in, put it on the tee. I've never done that.
What?
I know. Never. I've never had that happen to me.
You not had that because when they run out of balls as well, it goes dunk, 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 dunk. That's what it does.
That's
Because
what
it's
I
confused.
do when I only take 3 balls onto the course. when I'm on the 5th, and eventually I just throw up a little tight list.
Because sometimes the machine does that as well. It sort of jiggers one into position. So maybe
Lays you a little egg ball.
Yeah,
I've never played with that.
You sort of at the back of the tee. There'll be like a big panel you open up and you pour all your balls into the panel.
Yeah.
And then but the problem is the technology is not great because it registers a practice swing as a go. So all of a sudden your ball you have a practice swing and it go and disappear back up and then disappear back and sort of come back up again.
Yeah. That's annoying.
Yeah.
But equally that will police the practice swings because they are the most annoying thing in golf. Practice swings are the most annoying thing in golf.
Yeah, especially if there's just things that you learn as you play golf that I think if you're waiting, so you say you're waiting on your approach shot, 8 iron, 135 yards in, and you're waiting on the green, can we please use the time while we're waiting to do the practice swings?
Yeah.
But the moment that green
clear
clears,
now, I can start my pre-shot routine. No. Yeah.
That should have been done a long time ago. And guess what? If there's 3 of you, you should all be doing it.
Also, I don't like people who take practice swings facing the shot. So instead of being like you're right in the same position as if you're about to take the shot, people who turn and stare at the shot face on, take full practice swings whilst looking down the barrel at the shot. Does that make sense?
No.
So instead of being like a practice swing where you're swinging in exactly the same setup as if you're going to play the shot.
Is that what you like or you don't
I
like
that?
Of course.
What I don't like is when people turn around and then have a practice swing face on.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
looking at, say you're the green, a practice swing will be sideways on.
Right.
Because that's the shot. But then people turn around and spend ages doing this. Waggling at looking at.
Manic.
Well, yeah, and then they turn into position. Then they start even more practice swings. I don't like that.
Have we done this on the show before? We might have done because
Got 1 minute to go.
How on earth have we run out of time that quick?
Well, also, it's worth flagging up that at the beginning of this recording, we went, don't know what I'm going to talk. No idea. It just every time this happens.
It comes.
Yeah.
There is something. I think we have done this on the show, but maybe we haven't. There is something frowned upon about taking a. Is divot the right term? Like
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Taking a divot on a practice swing.
On a practice swing,
yeah.
It's really frowned upon. And every time I do it, I go, "Sorry, greenkeeper," and everyone laughs that you've done it.
Yeah,
but you're supposed to be practicing the thing that you're about to go and do. So surely, if you're not making a divot, you're not practicing the true practice swing. Thoughts?
Don't do it. Avoid it. You can still have a practice swing without taking a divot. Otherwise, you're making needless damage to the course.
It's true.
But
Yeah.
if it helps, but equally, if it's a really important shot, then it's understandable.
And also, you think I'm in control of my golf game enough to be able to control if I'm going to make a divot or not? I'm going to try not to, but more like I'm going to create a divot.
Sometimes a divot happens, and you're like, oh,
Sorry, that's always me. Because I'm never going into it to do one.
Yeah.
But I always do, and sorry.
never done that with a putter before. Sorry, everyone. We're at time. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching it. If you've been watching this on YouTube, don't forget we are on YouTube. You can subscribe and like us and all sorts over there, and the TikTok and the Instagram and all the stuff. Most importantly, drop us an email. How's your season going so far? We're always keen to hear from you, because otherwise it's just me and him talking nonsense. And you guys,
and it has been nonsense today,
massively, but a lot of fun. You guys and what you're up to is a huge part of this whole podcast, this whole show. So the Toms at golfisruiningmylife.co.uk.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say it, you've been lazy. Stop being lazy and get bloody emailing. We need you on the show. And we'll see you same time next time for more of this.
Bye-bye.